Hi students, this is Dr.Nisha Varshney. Today we are going to start with our third chapter, and I'm reminding you once again, you have to take test after every lesson, else it will not solve your purpose just to listen SST. You will not get good marks. If you want to get best marks, you have to write. So third chapter, I hope you must have opened your NCERT books, is money and credit. Money, it's talking about a lot of money. Well, what is money? We all know that. You know that before money, was there any time that there was no money? Yes, there was a time there was no money. People never used to transact with the help of money. They used to do transactions. They used to buy and sell their goods, but without money. So what was that? Just think of a time when people are very less. Population is very less and things were very simple. And people are living just a simplistic life of eating and sleeping and just roaming around. I must say, enjoying their life. So they did not need much, okay? And people were so collaborative with each other that they would exchange. If you have a cow which is giving milk, if I am producing wheat, I will exchange with you. So yes, that used to happen, and this is known as barter system. This was known as barter system, and you can say double coincidence of wants. Double coincidence of wants means your want, my want should meet. So they should coincide with each other, then we will exchange, else we will not exchange anything. Okay, if you want to sell shoe, I don't want to buy, but I want to sell wheat. You don't want to buy wheat, you want to buy milk. And I want to buy clothes, I don't want to buy shoes. So there is no, coincidence of wants. Same way, this is the first thing that we have to learn in this chapter. You can open your NCERT page number 39, which is given here, right? What is double coincidence of wants, which is given you in the black bold letters. You can read on that. So it means exchanging goods with each other, where you find that the person from you are buying or you are exchanging is having the same need which he is also looking for. But the system had a lot of problem, because sometimes we don't see anyone who is ready to exchange. 1, 2, you cannot store the goods for a long period of a time. You have to sell at any cost. So there was a need of technology where you could have preserve. I'm talking about eatables here. And third one, you cannot decide the value of the product. If you are selling me shoe and I'm selling you milk, can we compare the value of both the articles? We cannot compare it, and it will not be justified also if I value it the way I'm thinking of. So the first question is, what do you mean by double coincidence of wants, and what were its challenges or limitations? Fine. So what were the limitations of double coincidence of wants? Due to that, we need something that has to be acceptable by all. So medium of exchange was missing, in which we will have trust. Okay, I will have this, so you take this, and I will also take it. So medium of exchange was missing that time of barter system. Gradually, when the problem was arising, population was increasing, system has to take place, economy has to take place, things have to take place. So there was an advent of money. So money in the beginning was in the form of coins, and initially it was accepted in form of a gold coin. Till date, gold is worldwide accepted mineral. If you have a gold, anything of gold, you go to any country, you give that gold and you can buy anything, provided the shopkeeper is ready to take. Or you can go to any place where you can sell that gold. Every country has such kind of a provision where they are accepting your gold and will give the currency of that country. Through that currency you can do purchasing. Till date, only gold is a worldwide accepted mineral. Fine. So it started with the gold coins, but it was so valuable, so there were some issues. Gradually silver coins came into the picture. Later on, some other coins like other minerals came into the picture. Mixed minerals were produced to copper coins and other lead coins lead was used to manufacture coins, and that coin would be used by the respective people of that particular area, and the coins were started by basically the kings, because they used to be the government at that time. Okay, so initially the first step was coins came into the form of the currency, and every coin had some kind of a stamp in that, a stamp on that, which shows that this particular coin belonged to which particular king. Gradually, when we grown up, civilization starting came up, settling down, moving ahead, so other form of the note in the form of the currency came in the form of the note, rupee note. It came into the form of, and now one entity emerged known as the banks. Here I cannot explain you how did banks start their journey, but you understand in a broader perspective that as the people grow, now the kings are not able to handle the currency system, so they have started with one entity, or you can say the system called banks. Banks are now producing the currency, and they are with the help of the government of that time, of that area, they are infusing that currency into the market, and people are using that currency to live in that particular area. As you know, rupee is widely accepted currency in our country and in Nepal also, and it is being printed by the one bank, which is only national bank in our country, is called Reserve Bank of India, which is known as RBI. So RBI is the national bank of our country, which has this authority to produce currency. Fine, and that is why it is written, RBI's logo is there, and governor signs the note. You must have seen it. You can observe the note. In every note there is a sign of a governor of RBI. Fine. So what we do with the banks, what is the role of the bank? So let us come to the question. Currency, I hope it is clear to you. Currency, what is currency? So currency is a medium of exchange. Currency is being printed by the authorized bank of the country, nationalized bank of the country, and it is being infused with the help of government policies into the market, so the people can use it and can do their daily transactions. This way economy is being run of every country. Now the role of the bank, as I've stated, there is a national bank, which is RBI, which has only authority to produce to print the money or currency. Other banks take that currency from the major RBI or the authorized bank to use for their activities in terms of giving loans or in terms of taking money with the help of the various policies, which I am not going into the details. Come to the major point, the settling point. What is bank? So bank is again, we have so many banks, so all banks are licensed by the RBI. RBI gives them license to check with their everything, the prerequisite thing to start with the bank. There are so much to be taken care of before starting up the bank, so RBI takes care of everything, and the banks do what? Now the job of the bank. Let us now come to the jump to the functions of the banks. We are not going into the process of building up the bank. So what is bank? Bank is the entity where we go and deposit our money, and in return in India we get interest on that also. If I am depositing 100 rupee in a bank, so after a month, after a year, my money would be 104 rupee after a year. Fine. So bank is giving me the interest. Now what will the bank do after taking so much money? We will keep it in the bank only. Think what the bank will do. Bank has other function, which is a major function, to provide loans. Means the money which has been collected by you, now the bank has, people, those who want to start the business or for any other purpose, they want loan or the money, they go to the same bank or the other bank. So that the same bank, assume this is a small place or group of people living in the city, only there is a one bank. So people, those who are going there to deposit bank money, and the people living there, those who are looking for loan, will also go to the same bank. So that same bank will give the needy loan with all the checking done before providing the loan, and will charge interest from the loan taker. If the bank is giving loan of 100 rupee, so after 1 year the bank will charge 108 rupee. Fine. So 8 rupee is bank charging from that person. Okay, and 4 rupee out of that bank is given to you because that is your income, and 4 rupee is the income of the bank which is sitting in middle. I hope it is clear. So this is the other activity of the bank. Here we have to just focus the first activity. The second activity of loan we will going little later. Deposit it with the bank. So deposits with the bank, we deposit our money, and this is what is the facility, that any time we can withdraw the money with the from the bank, anytime, in form of cash. If you are depositing check, now everything is done with the help of online transactions. You do shopping online, so deposits with the bank means, it is also known as demand deposit. Whenever I will demand, I will take out my money back. So this is called demand deposit. Okay, demand deposit is the major activity of the bank that you can see. Question will come definitely, what is demand deposit? I hope I forgot to give you the question. What do you mean by barter system / double coincidence of wants? First. Second, what do you mean by medium of exchange? Second question, what do you mean by medium of exchange, in which you have to explain currency, which is given here in front of NCERT. Third question, what do you mean by demand deposits, which I am explaining you now. Demand deposits are the money which I have kept in the bank and I can withdraw at any point of a time. Fine. And this is one sample of check is given here. I hope you must have seen checks. You must not have used it. Please ask your parents how to use the check. And all the information given here, I can just brief you on that. But in detail, you can ask your parents, and they will take you to the bank and will they will show you the check before they sign to anyone. So this is the yellow box given here. Few things are mentioned. First is pay. Prem Kumar, kisko dena hai, to whom you are issuing the check. The name is given on the top. Date is given on the left hand side top, right hand side on the top, and the left hand side it is written account pay. Account pay means Prem Kumar will not withdraw. Prem Kumar will not withdraw cash. He will deposit this check to his bank. So this bank, which is State Bank of India, will send the money to the Prem Kumar's account only. That is why account pay is written. If it is not written here, so Prem Kumar had gone to the State Bank and could have asked, I need what? Cash. I don't need what do you say, that check, because I don't have a bank account. Again, next is written rupee. How much rupee is being given to him in numbers as well as in words, and the name of the bank from where the check is being issued, where you have account, and under that address is given. Logo of the bank is, code is also is mentioned here. Account number is, because there may be so many people in having account, so they have different account numbers, and in that there is a check number. Check number, this is unique to your bank account, and this is only number issued given to you, so you can issue that particular check to someone. So in entire bank, this particular number is only found in your checkbook. In case your check is lost, okay, or being stolen away, so you can immediately call to the bank and give this number to stop payment of this check to any unknown person. In case it is stolen and it is lost, or damaged, you can say. So to stop misuse of this check, you can give this number to your bank. That is why it is unique to you. And other is code used by the banks. That is their code that they use. This is the purpose for the made for the purpose of the bank. So here I hope it is clear, this check. So we can withdraw our money with the help of check also, cash also, ATM also, and through online also. Through any way we can use our money. That is why demand deposit. Anytime I need my money back, I can withdraw it. Next question, I hope it is clear to you. What do you mean by demand deposit? Next, loan activity, which I have just discussed to you. So my question to you is that, if assume there is 1000 rupee with the bank, okay, so that entire 1000 rupee bank is allowed to loan? No, bank has to keep 15% of it, and rest of the amount it can give to the in form of loan, because that is called CRR, cash reserve ratio, which it has to maintain. Might be the person who has deposited yesterday come back today will ask, I want my money back. So 15% cash is being maintained by the bank in its accounts to pay the money back if somebody is coming to withdraw the money deposited by him. So this is the basic process of loan activities. You can see a beautiful picture given here in in a green box. Bank is in that, and borrowers are there, and depositors are there, and bank is in between that, charging interest from the borrower and giving interest to the depositor and maintaining its income in between that. So these are the loan activities. So next question, please write down, what are the loan activities of the bank? Okay, this is the fourth question so far, I think so. Now the half of the chapter is finished. What is barter system? What is medium of exchange? What do you mean by demand deposit? What are the loan activities of bank? This is a half chapter based on what is money and how do we use it. Now we have this half chapter is called credit. Credit means loan. When do you need loan? So there are two examples given. Festival season, where this fellow Salim wants loan to run his business, and the other fellow is Swapna. She is a farmer. She needs money to grow crops. She is working in an agriculture, and the previous one is working in secondary sector. I think in the last chapter we have discussed already primary and secondary. So one person is working in primary sector and the other person is working in a secondary sector, and both of them need money. So Salim has got benefited by taking the money on festival season, and he has started producing shoe, and he has made profit also. So he used loan money in generating more profits. On the other hand, Swapna could not do so. She's lost money due to failure of the crops, and it could be seen maximum times in villages where people are depending on rain for the irrigation, and this is seen in Indian villages situation that farmers face problem in growing crops. So now Swapna needs more money. She will go again and wants more money because she has to harvest she has to do cropping for the next season and harvest the crop. Here Swapna is taking money again, and she has going through the pain because previous loan is also there, new loan she has to take. So she fell into the debt trap. This is called debt trap nowadays, and this is the situation where most of the people living in villages fall into, and this is worsening situation of economic today of rural India. We need to work on that, to how to overcome how to help people to overcome from this situation. So two situations, why do people need credit? In general, normally it is not asked. In general, they may ask, what do you mean by credit? Explain it, and why do we need it? Next, before taking any loan or a credit, so nobody will give you without having any guarantee of yours that you will not run away from that money. Fine. So the guarantee which you say, I will not run away from your money, I am taking it for 6 months or 1 year, I will give you back. On that grounds, I guarantee you. So what is the guarantee? So guarantee is known as collateral. Okay, guarantee is a layman language word. Collateral is a technical word, means that whomsoever you are taking loan, basically in the formal sector. If somebody is known to you, like your friend or relative, may not need that collateral, but if you are taking loan from a bank or any such organization, you need to provide them collateral. Okay, and collateral could be your house papers, your vehicles paper, or livestock, or any jewelry or building or any property you may have. So the papers of that property, you have to keep it with the bank. So bank has some guarantee in case you don't pay back the amount, so the bank can confiscate that property. Fine. So to recover its money. So this is called what? Collateral. So next question is, what do you mean by collateral? Oblique, what do you mean by terms of credit? So in terms of credit, you can see a person is taking home loan, and some chart is given here in white box. Megha is taking house loan and she has to fill this, where she is mentioning about the collateral also in the last column. What is she depositing with the bank as a guarantee? And before that, she is filling certain criteria like how much money she is taking, for what period, and why does she want this loan, and what all documents she is depositing, interest rate, 4%, 5%, 10%, or mode of repayment. Mode of repayment means if I am taking in terms of cash, so I will repay in terms of cash. No, it does not happen all the time. In rural India or rural places, the mode of repayment could be in form of the crops also. Means mostly farmers take loan to grow their crops. So bank may ask, okay, if you take this money and in return you give me 50 packets of wheat or something else, whatever you are growing. So the mode of repayment in rural banks could be different, but in urban banks, of course, you have to repay in form of cash or the money only. So I have asked you to write a question, what is collateral or what is terms of credit? Both have the same answers and you have to write both of them, and please include the definition of collateral with example and this small chart also stating that these are called terms of credit. On that grounds you are taking credit and loan. Fine. I hope it is clear. Credit part is clear. Why do we need credit and what are the terms of credit? Next, from where do we get credit or the loan? Loan is basically is the good word which we use while we go to the formal sector, and credit we can take it from friend or relative or somebody known to us. So here it is written, loans from the cooperatives. So banks, we know that bank also provide loans, but there are certain things I will now explain you. What is cooperative? They also provide you the loan. So let us understand first of all what is cooperative. Cooperatives as a cooperation. This is a group of people coming together. They have formed their organization. Okay, and this is being listed and or you can say this is registered with the government. Now what are these people doing? 50 people are coming together. Now they say they have some extra money to save on. So let us together 50 people have some small amount of money to save, and these 50 people want to have their house, want to build their house. So but individual person cannot buy alone. So what do they do? Let us buy a land, 50 people buy a land, and we make a building and with the flat system. So before buying that land, we have, from where you will get the loan? Again from the bank. So let us form a formal association known as cooperative, and this cooperative with full documentation and with small amount of money showing to the bank that we are together from last 2, 3, 5 years. Now apply in your bank to a loan to buy a land. On that we are going to construct our houses. Once the bank is convinced, the bank will provide the loan, and the loan interest would be or repaid by the people, 50 people together. So this is kind of a cooperative organization where the group of people working together in helping each other in terms of generating or taking loan or credit to accomplish certain tasks. Here we have an example. Have you heard about Amul Dairy? Amul Dairy is a concept of cooperative only, where group of people came together they are into dairy farming. They have a amount of milk left every day with them which is not used. So assume, for an example, 100 people bought a truck, so they can sell that milk of 100 people which is left with one bucket of milk every day with them, with the help of that truck, to the nearest city, and will get the profit. So they should not fight on that. So they have formed a legal organization called cooperatives. So cooperatives have multiple roles to play depending upon the purpose on which they are forming their organization. Singapore is the country in the world where 80% cooperatives are working. Here the role of government is less. I'm not saying minimal or no, less, and maximum role is of the people, those who have formed their cooperatives, in doing what? In helping each other, in building their houses, in building the work, and in supporting the government as well. I told you sometimes back also that it depends upon us also. In chapter 2 I have explained that unemployment or underemployment is also in our hand to reduce. We should not depend on the government for everything. Same way, loans from the cooperative, I've explained. This is a kind of a formal organization. People know each other. If any one of them is unable to pay the interest amount on whatever is in his or her part, the other members assure to the bank that they will pay. So this way the loan is not to one person, the loan is on the 50% together, and the bank also have trust in providing them the major loan, because bank needs guarantee. Next we have topic. So what are the cooperatives and how do they function? Please write down the next question. What are the cooperatives and how do they function? Next we have sources of credit. In India I have discussed, I think already, people have two sources, formal and informal. Informal we have banks and cooperatives. Informal we have banks and cooperatives, and in informal we have so many that you can see in graph 1: money lender, trader, relative, friends, others, and 25% are commercial banks in India and 27% are the cooperatives. So why do we need to increase? There is a one question on page number 49. Cheap and affordable credit, this is the next question, is crucial for the country's development, yes or no? Yes, it is important. Without that support from the government, people may not be able to work further. Okay, so cheap and affordable credit is important, and the formal sector is there and is coming up also, providing cheap loans to the people. This way they can improve their financial condition to work more and live in a better place. So this is the next question. Please write why cheap and affordable credit is crucial for the development of the country or the people. And here the answer is written in under this. It is necessary that banks and cooperatives increase their lending, particularly in the rural areas, so that the dependence on informal source of credit reduces. So, and they will encourage themselves to work better. Secondly, while formal sector loans needs to expand, it is also necessary that everyone receives these loans. So if everybody is ensured that they will receive the loan, so many people will have access to it and they will be comfortable in working and implementing their ideas, or you can say the concept of entrepreneurship. Skill development are the policies of the government. Now the government itself is influencing people to start up with these new work and take loan. We are there to provide, and government is actually helping. Fine. So here we have completed one more topic. What is credit? Sources of credit. What are cooperatives? Why do we need cheap credit to develop? Okay. And the last topic is self-help groups. Here, once the government have understood the concept of cooperatives, so government have started on that mode only. Let us pull up people, not 50 or 100 like cooperatives. It's a larger term, small version of cooperative, where the government will come and people staying in that local area, government will convince them to come together, form their small group, self-help group, in which they will help each other. by forming small groups, 20 people's group, and will put 1 rupee, 2 rupee or 5 rupee every day. If they are able to sustain that group of depositing this money, and there will be a person who is looking after that, authorized person, after 5 months, 6 months or a year, if the government is convinced that you are able to sustain your group, so government will provide you certain other major loan, or the government will engage you in employment generation work, which will help you to earn as well as to sustain yourself. For example, women self-help groups are being formed to educate women, to give them certain skills so they can start making their own earning. NABARD, N-A-B-A-R-D, NABARD is an organization particularly made for the women in India, where this people of the organization go to every village, form these small help groups and train them that you have to do this for 5 months, 6 months. Basically, this is now your group and you will help each other, and we will provide you the external help. It could be skill development, it could be provide more loan, or it could be of any sort of a help. Fine. So this has managed poverty to a certain extent in rural India. It has managed so many things for the people, because they see, not a single person can do anything, but if there is a group, so the group has the motivation, the group has some strength, and the group has a external support also by the government to move further. So this concept has been launched in India and it is doing very well, and especially in the case of women. You can see that picture, a woman self-help group meeting in Gujarat. So every month they will meet, they will discuss their issues and why have they formed. They have certain objectives to form. It could not be fun without money also. They have other agendas like education, or to help each other, maternity services, to provide education on various subjects. So they may have different objectives to form, but no doubt this way they are building up rural India, and they're empowering women and the people around. And this is the concept was already has came up from the idea of Professor Muhammad Yunus from Bangladesh. He was the professor in 2006 and received Nobel Prize on this ground only. Self-help group concept was coined by him in Bangladesh, and it was very successful. He worked so hard and he has helped 40,000 villages, and in 1970 he started that, and when he became so successful, he received Nobel Prize and was recognized worldwide, and all the Asian countries, poor countries, are following his footsteps. So he has been as an ideal for the self-help groups concept, which he has been introduced. So this question sometimes can be asked: who has introduced this concept in Bangladesh? Name should be remembered. On that ground, self-help groups in India are being developed and are being functioning and forming. So I have finished here. This is the chapter of money and credit. Summing up, you can get through that. This is a small conclusion. So the entire chapter was divided into two: money and the credit. How money came into the picture? I'm talking about the medium of exchange, and what are its criteria, where can we deposit money, what are the loan activities of the banks, and the next and the half part is your credit. What is credit, why do we need credit, and what are the sources of credit, what is cooperative, which is a new term for you, I hope so. This time, first time you are aware of it, what is cooperative, and self-help groups, correct? So this way you can see there are so many things in the society going on to provide help and credit to the people, so this way they can get benefited, and no doubt credit is crucial to grow for the economy. I can relate this with the corona. After corona, 20,000 crore people, 20,000 crore money is being infused by the government, and most of them is being infused in form of a loan and credit to the local vendors, small people, poor people basically, and rickshaw wala, redhi wala, to help them to improve themselves. Because of the corona, financial condition has gone down of many migrant labor, as you are aware of it. So this way I am clubbing, I'm finishing it up this chapter. Go through the exercises, back exercises of the NCERT and do it. Ask me any question in doubt classes or through mail. You are most welcome anytime. Again, repeating always, please take chapter and test to check your progress and how do you write it. Fine, it is very, very crucial. SS is not about just listening, it is about writing also, if you want to get the good marks. Thank you so much.